Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a very talented artist. He was so good that the king of the kingdom asked him to paint a portrait of his family. The artist worked day and night and finally finished the portrait. It was so realistic that it looked like the royal family was alive. The king was very happy, and he rewarded the artist with money, fame, and most importantly, the love of the people. But there was one person who wasn't happy, the artist's rival, Lorenzo. He was so jealous of the artist's success that he decided to destroy his rival's reputation. One day when the artist went out of town to collect his award, Lorenzo went to the artist's house and set his painting on fire. The painting burned to ashes, and everyone blamed the artist for not being careful. The artist was heartbroken. He tried to explain that it was an accident, but no one believed him. They all thought that he had burned his own painting because he was a loser. The artist was sad, but he didn't give up. He worked even harder and eventually won back the hearts of the people. Years passed, and the artist became famous throughout the land. People from neighboring kingdoms would come to see his paintings. One day, while the artist was painting a beautiful landscape, a group of children ran up to him and started asking questions. They wanted to know why their parents never told them about the great painter from the neighboring kingdom. The artist smiled and said, "That's because they don't know." The children were surprised and asked, "How can you be famous throughout the land and people not know about you?" The artist pointed to his rival's painting, which was hanging on the wall. "He made sure that no one would remember me by burning my paintings and destroying my reputation." The children were shocked. They couldn't believe that someone would be so jealous that he would try to destroy another person's life. The artist then told them the whole story about how Lorenzo had ruined his life and how he had spent years trying to rebuild his career. The children were deeply moved by the artist's story. They felt sorry for him and promised to tell everyone they knew about the great artist from the neighboring kingdom. And that's what happened. Soon everyone knew about the artist and his paintings. The moral of the story is, if you're talented, people will eventually know about it. But if you're a jealous person, you'll always remain unknown. Or in other words, jealousy destroys you more than others.